YouTubers, Hankster here, and welcome to another movie review. And today's movie review is going to be none other than Godzilla, or affectionately known as Godzilla 2014. Of course, this is done through Warner Brothers, not Toho. And but being it's an American version, many people were worried that maybe they were going to mess up a few things, like they did for the 1998 release. If you people haven't heard, Godzilla is still Godzilla. He looks like Godzilla, even though there is some little changes here and there. But and there are people complain about how he looks. But my personal opinion, he looks pretty cool. And this is Godzilla. He still has the atomic fire breath. He he comes out of the water and everything. So pretty much it's still the same Godzilla, but I think if you want to compare him to any version, he's more like the Godzilla in the late 1960s through most of the 70s, the good guy Godzilla, but not as goofy. He's more of the heroic guy, as opposed to the coming in on land and destroying everything in his path type thing. The only destruction that he's involved with is trying to stop the evil monsters, which is of course there's monsters. It's at this time it's of course two new monsters called the M.U.T.O, that apparently live off of radiation. They eat radiation or radioactive material to survive, and pretty much it starts off 15 years ago in 1999, and starts off with an exploratory group who discovers an ancient cave where these fossils are at, and also these pods, of which one of them has burst open, and they're trying to figure out where how that happened. Meanwhile, in Japan, a nuclear power plant designer who is American, who lives in Japan with his family, is trying to figure out the situation with their power plant. That seems like there's some sort of strange fluctuation in the energy, and they're trying to shut it down. But then all hell breaks loose, causing an apparent meltdown, and his wife, who of course is part of the also part of the staff there, gets caught up in it and gets killed. And their son, who of course is the lead character later on, obviously gets affected by it. Now move on to 15 years later, 2014, which is of course now. The son has grown up. He of course has joined the military, has a wife and a child of his own, and is ready to settle down a civilian life. But all of a sudden he gets a call from Japan saying that his father has been arrested for trespassing in the city and the power plant, near where the power plant is, where they worked. And he's trying to get back to their old house to get his study materials that he had about just before the accident, to prove to the world that the official report isn't what really happened, that something else happened there. Even though he's not fully sure what happened, but of course the son arrives in Japan to take his dad back to the United States. His father convinces him to go back into the old city. Of course, the first thing they find out, there's no radiation at all. Apparently there was no leak, and they find out that some company called Monarch has arrived there to oversee what remains of the power plant, which basically includes this pod, which has a creature in it called a M.U.T.O. And the same fluctuations happens, and this M.U.T.O awakens, hatches out, and starts attacking and flying around. Now, apparently, this catches the attention of Godzilla. And, as I said, Godzilla is the hero of the movie as opposed to the villain. He is sort of a keeper of the balance on Earth. And it's up to him to stop this creature. But this is not the only thing he has to take on. He also has to take on another one of this M.U.T.O species that is going about to wreak havoc on Earth. Now, of course, unlike other Godzilla productions, is not just one area. As I said, this started off in the Philippines, moves to Japan. Also, there's some stuff in Hawaii. There's some monster fighting stuff in Hawaii, and San Francisco, where the lead character's family lives in, and also has some stuff in Las Vegas, Nevada. So it's multiple locations for this particular Godzilla film. So it's not another one of the just Japan only thing or New York or anything like what happened in 1998. Now, of course, it's up to the military, mostly the Navy, and a scientist played by Ken Watanabe to figure out how to stop these monsters, even though the scientist believes that Godzilla is the good guy. He's there to stop these things from causing any more havoc. And, of course, the military really don't believe it. They, of course, have their own alternative plans to lead the monsters away and destroy them that way using radiation, which the M.U.T.O seem to feed on, pretty much. All I gotta say is that the movie itself, it was a great movie. I have to say the special effects was great. The monsters were great. The M.U.T.O basically, or I kind of equivalent to like kind of a cross between the monster from what's that J.J. Abrams movie with the really big monster in it that attacked New York. And also, I think those weird alien bug creatures from Starship Troopers, they look kind of like that, only real larger. Godzilla, of course, the effects for Godzilla is fantastic, and even though there was some changes in his appearance, it's Godzilla, and he does have his atomic fire breath. So this is Godzilla. This is not another Zilla. He is unstoppable by standard weapons. Standard weapons are, of course, as well. So the military can't stop him, which is true in most other Godzilla films, and all. But the monster fights are pretty badass. And let me just say, Godzilla gives a new meaning to the term "kiss of death." Near the end of this movie, I'm just going to give you that little hint that he has some really cool finishing move at the end of this movie that's just going to blow you away at what he does in this movie. And I don't want to give too much away, being that I just wanted to give you the basic plot, a little bit of the background. But outside of that, you just have to see the rest of this movie. It is a welcome addition to the Godzilla franchise, and I hope they do more with it. That they do more with this particular version of Godzilla in the future and all. Now, of course, this is not going to be the only Godzilla review I'm going to be doing. I got a couple of Godzilla figures to show off. I'm also going to give you my opinions on a few Godzilla films that I do have on me. So we'll try to get to that as soon as possible. And, of course, we will be continuing on the movie reviews for 2014, including, of course, The Amazing Spider-Man. Sooner or later, I'm going to get to that one as well, and all. But, and of course, next month, being June, we'll be focusing on Transformers as well. Transformers Age of Extinction. It will be coming out, so we're going to be doing a review on that, obviously, and any other really cool movies that come out for this year. And I hope you enjoyed this little review of Godzilla 2014. I suggest you go see it, make it the #1 movie of the weekend. Sheesh, please, anything better than that stupid Zac Efron flick. Sheesh. I mean, how in the world could that movie have been the #1 movie of the weekend? I mean, all these goofy women just went to see it. I mean, sheesh. I don't know, but let's just go see Godzilla or The Amazing Spider-Man 2, whichever, and let's get those movies doing better than Neighbors. Good grief. And stay tuned here for more reviews and whatnot here on the Multiverse. See ya.